Look, if you're starting YouTube, trying to get into faceless YouTube, you're probably focusing on the wrong things. And that mistake is quietly killing most channels, including yours, before it ever takes off. So this is the lie that you're likely believing into. You think you're failing because your algorithm decides what videos to go viral. You think your niche might not be perfect, or maybe your thumbnails and titles have improvement. Yes, those are important, but that's not the primary driving factor of why your channel is not getting to the numbers of where you want to be in. By the way, if you have no clue who I am, I've built multiple faceless YouTube channels. I've generated over $250,000 running this business for the past couple years, and this is what actually happens. You get motivated, you get like this dopamine receptor rush, which is exactly what happened to me when I first posted my video, because it felt like I was actually making things happen, and you refresh your analytics, you imagine the future that you're gonna getting all rich with YouTube. Then reality hits. You know, you're refreshing everything, and hours and days and even weeks pass. No views come, not even any likes, no comments, and absolutely nothing changes. And as time goes on, you just have this doubt that's constantly creeping in. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? Are my ideas not good enough? Get niche, your voice, and then you start making cluttered decisions based off of the data that you're getting, which is zero. You're getting nothing. No views, no impressions. I would do the same thing. I would just start questioning everything about it, especially as time goes on more and more. And so people don't actually quit and give up. They just kind of fade away. You know, you start getting inconsistent with your uploads, then another. 1 week later, you're going to be way worse than when you first initially started due to that one emotional decision of seeing, hey, this is not meant for me because my views are stuck at zero. And so this is the silent death that almost everyone faces when they're trying to post faceless content, is that your channel just doesn't die instantly. You just slowly stop posting. It fades away into the absence of the universe. And that's the real problem. It's not that you don't have the skills. It's not that you're too old to learn the technology. It's not that there's new AIs that you have to learn and it sounds too difficult. It's not even lack of effort. 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds are probably making this business model work. You just don't know how to adapt properly, and you didn't know the specific formats that were necessary to build up a successful channel. And one of the most important formats is giving it time. Time is a format itself, and that's the one thing that most people genuinely are lacking. It's as simple as that. And so if you don't have a reason to keep on going when nothing's working out for you, you're not going to last very long in this business, as in any business as well. And so the reality of faceless YouTube is that it's going to be very exponential growth. You find long stretches, even months of nothingness. By the way, it took me 3 years to get monetized. From 2020 and COVID was when I started my first faceless channel. And in 2022 or 2023, I can't remember too well, was when I made first dollar online and actually got monetized. But you're not getting feedback, you're not getting validation, and you're not getting clear signals and directions of what's working, what's not working, what you're supposed to actually focus on, and you don't have tangible IRL feedback that is going to help you scale. This is the number one solution to actually making YouTube work. And so what people start doing is that you're going to start chasing trends. You're going to look at what other people are doing. You're going to start trying on a fucking new channel, which is all right, but you're basically just restarting. And no matter what you're trying, you're just not getting the results that you want. And so everything feels wrong, which makes you identify YouTube as this is not meant for me. And so when you're putting in all this effort and you're not getting clear directions, whether or not the effort is up, good, or down, negative, everything starts to feel pointless. You just feel like you're doing slave labor, essentially. You're not getting any results for the effort that you're putting in. And you don't have a clear map of, am I getting closer to the destination of making YouTube money work? And the brutal truth is that there's going to be weeks, bro, where your videos get 12 views. There's going to be months even when you get 15 views. And you're not going to get anything. Like how I said. Because motivation, which is exactly what you're constantly relying on, is not enough to save you from actually getting to your goals and making YouTube work. Another strategy video that you're watching is not going to save you either. This video, yes, it's good that you're watching it, but if you just apply nothing afterwards, guess what you're going to get? 12 views again. Guarantee you that. So the only thing that genuinely works is having a tangible why, a real reason that is big enough. And that's what's going to carry you through. My tangible why in COVID was that it was either this or a 9 to 5 slave ass fucking job for the next 30 years of my life. And I saw how bad it was because none of my family members were rich. I don't know a single rich friend. All of my, I guess, higher income based students in my classes at that time, all of them had real estate parents, business owner parents, and I knew that there was one way out, which is actually building your own thing, not slaving for someone else. That was like the trenches of what I saw on the other side was really what carried me through. And so that is when everything changed. You will know what you're building when everything starts to make sense for you. What is your why? And is that big enough for you to push through despite having low days, low weeks, and low months? And so rather than chasing for the next viral video to hit and getting that dopamine rush in your brain, you're not jumping any more ideas, you're not restarting anymore, you're not looking at the fucking newest trend to copy off of and changing from one thing into another. You stop falling into shiny object syndrome, basically. When you get clarity and you start thinking long term and with logistics, YouTube becomes way simpler for you. You have to treat it like a long-term business, not a motivational passion project that's going to get you rich overnight. That's the one mistake. It's not going to get any easier for you to start building these channels, but it's going to give you more clear and concise game plan, and concision is going to be what helps you get all the way to the very end. That is what maps do as well. That's what the GPS does. It's giving you concise directions rather than just endless wandering. You'll show up anyway, even when views are low, even when your videos flop, you're going to just constantly keep on going because that's exactly what happened to me. And you're going to start posting better content, you're going to stop posting random videos, and you're going to actually build something that's tangible and cohesive. When you've built something that is based off of clearance, concision, guidance, that is when things start to compound. And so you're not going to get this burnout growth. That's how channels grow without being burnt out. And above all, that's what YouTube rewards. It's clarity and having clear ideas, clear directions, and clear expectations of what's going to happen next. Again, I can root back to the analogy of you trying to get from, let's just say, US into Canada. If you don't have a GPS with clarity, you're not going to get there. The drive isn't any longer, it's not any easier, but you have the precise game plan of how to get there. And that's exactly what you're looking for. So the people come back to your channel not because your content's perfect, it's just because they just understand you. And consistency will become easy. Consistency is everything, honestly. You can blow up once, and then if you stop showing up for yourself, that entire momentum you've built will crumb to zero. But it will become easy when you have a big enough why. It's going to stop feeling forced. Everything's going to start feeling natural for you. And this will just start to flow in like autopilot, like clockwork. You're going to get plaques after plaques. You're going to keep on scaling. As consistency is the number one compounding factor, along with time, to get you to any result that you want. So pause before you actually chase the growth, right? Before you're worrying about the views, the subs, the money, give it an actual question to think. What are you trying to build? Be honest with yourself. Not what sounds impressive, what not to show to my coworkers and peers. Like, what do you actually want from this? What are you trying to gain? And more specifically, does everything align? Your strategy, your uploads, your direction of where you're trying to head. If you're still already here on this video, you're probably caring about this YouTube passion and journey more than most individuals ever will. And that's a great sign, because the final message I have for you is that you cannot rush this process. It's always going to be slow. It's always going to take time. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? It takes greatness. It takes time to be great at anything. Don't just blindly copy things and jump from one model to another model, because that's going to end in absolute just shiny object syndrome, resulting in no growth at all. There's this famous saying by Alex Hormozi: if you try to catch 2 rabbits, you're going to get 0. You have to hyper-focus on the one rabbit first for you to eventually catch it. And so you want to build something that you can actually stick with without getting burnt out. If you're actually serious now about YouTube, I'm going to brutally call to action into my mentorship, because I can. And I want you to watch the next video I have linked in the description for you to understand more about what I've done. It's a 7-hour-long video training exposing everything. But if you just want a straight cut to the chase, there's another link in the description for you to apply to work with me as well. See what I could do to help you build faceless YouTube channels and actually make some money, make some income, and get the right guidance necessary to scale.
Alright, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, And do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.